Hi, Taurus. Happy New Year. Gregorian New Year. How are you? I hope whenever this finds you, you're good. And you have a wonderful year. Okay. You had a lot of premeditative, imagery and messages in the beginning the preparation to be here and now took more time than it took a good portion of time, let's put it that way. And so be proud of yourself where you've been putting forth effort. There's also 4 2-word groupings for everyone this month, or this year rather, excuse me. And Taurus, yours were quiet, calm, which is nice because Aries received contented, quiet, and then the quiet becomes calm, right? Working hands, fixed hole, and 2 trees. those are your words. You'll figure out what to do with them, or what those are about eventually, right? So, if you please, let's see January. Okay, so we have the waning gibbous moon and the 2 of Wands. Okay, there we go. Just a second. Okay, you're trying to figure out who to give to. You have a good idea. But you sort of have to release something with gratitude to be able to nurture the new idea. Do you know what I mean? There has to be some sort of small tweak in January for you. It's interesting we said it has to, but I guess you are I have, so you have to what? What do you have to do? I heard what is necessary for you. Taurus. I also see if you're in a position to do so, well, I guess we all are in some way. There's something also about looking into being of service, whether this is physically going and being helpful in some kind of way to somebody who needs it, or it could even be I feel like it would be more of an action than say giving financially, although you could if you're able. That's a good thing, right, to give. But I feel like this would be more action-oriented. And I guess this is also 2 big goals this year. One of them would be something you're letting go of, and one of them would be something that, again, you are then creating towards and with, right? And because something needs nurture here to start it out. And actually, see, you could have this conversation January, February. Let's see about February. Ooh, the Ace of Cups and the North Node. Wow. Hold on. Where is it? Right. No. It's one of them comes into focus, but the other one sort of interesting. Okay, what do we have going on here? Well, February is very beautiful. Destined is actually the word that I saw. Destined. Then I saw a Clydesdale horse. It was down by the hooves, though, is what I saw. That and the ankles, right? Aquarius rules the ankles. Saturn rules the bones in the ankles. This is all... Okay, so... This is some really beautiful love and peace. I guess that goes into the quiet calm. Maybe this is also where you face a challenge with, you face something with courage, but it's not a bravado Aries courage. It's a Taurus courage, which is love. Oh, this is one thing that I do want to mention as a this year kind of deal. Very important for Taurus and Libra particularly. But Mars will be retrograde, so they say, this year for a good chunk of time, and Venus needs to be strong and calm and confident and soft and strong still, but soft to soothe. You know, it's almost like the spouse that that's like, I guess this would be like the wife, you know, easing the female, easing the male's energy. So you loving yourself, right? Realizing you have value, and whatever it is that you do, your working hands, right? This fixes things. You are a fixed sign. And so remember, one of the biggest ways for you to fix things, and also sort of your biggest challenge, is to feel worthy of love. I guess this is also a directional, because, right, the Two of Wands was here before, then the North Node is here, which is the thing that usually we go towards. It's like the thing we're supposed to work out. Now, the North Node is in your sign, or has been, and will be until April, unless you follow tropical, and then it will be all next year as well, but this full year. But the point being is that the North Node, Taurus, South Node, Scorpio, is about where the material world is important, because we are material beings, and we are here to learn how to love, right, and to forgive, cry, laugh, right, figure it out. But sometimes Taurus can be physical, very material, and the undercurrent of that is always with Scorpio, especially the South Node there, is to know that the lesson behind it all is spiritual, right? It's not like what is that lesson. That's what we're supposed to learn in our own psyches, in our own souls, and realize it's not, regardless of what one has materially, although I see you actually solid with that, because it's going to bring that to you, right? But the essence again is love. So I guess you want to really think about, again, what your goals are, and what the purpose is behind what you are desiring during these two Saturn times. And I feel like this puts you on the right path. Let's see. I heard it will test how much you know about love and creation. March. Wow. Judgment with the create card. Let's do it here. Fifth house. Wow. Just a second. I feel like you're guided by something to create something so beautiful. There's a portal. And I heard the key to the door to the portal is it's made out of love. It's made out of water. And I guess the only way for something to hold its form, you have to hold it with what did I say? Pure passion. I guess you could feel a little bit judged for your creations, though. Like, you're like, maybe there's a little bit of like, is this good enough? Or, like, it would be as if you did a good job with something. You're doing a good job with something in whatever you're creating. Like, you like to do it. Other people like it. But then it would be like, during this month, it's like, remember, it's Pisces time. It's like one person says something and it really gets in you. Like, don't worry about that. There's only one judge, and that's God. So chill. I let my father do his job. Salt and pepper got it swinging again. Salt and pepper. This is white and black. It reminds me of the yin yang reading, Scorpio's November reading. Maybe that'll help you in understanding more about you. Let's see. The weirdest thing just happened. I was going to go into the next month. Maybe you saw that. And then I was just like, oh, I want to keep going with this. And then I picked up, and then the camera just stopped. Which actually, that pause gave more opportunity. Two things. It's like one thing became two things, and then those two things can combine into a bigger thing, which actually gives more freedom. And I do feel like you're really being, it's sort of like, I'm actually kind of seeing this like divinely guided. I know that's a term maybe used too much, but there's something about this where it's like whatever you're creating with is really some sort of channel through something that is so beautiful. And then I saw those words, pure passion, again. It's like, because when you're passionate about something, you want to put your all in, you want to put your heart and soul into it, right? That's what this is also showing me, your heart and soul. It's a big one here with Pisces. So, you're fairly serious, so maybe this is a little bit of being a little looser in your creation and allowing it to flow versus trying to be, if you're getting stuck in anything, maybe you want to try some sort of creative, artistic exercise that'll help you kind of tap into some really amazing things. And artistically particularly, this is huge. You could have to make some rules with children, though, if you do have those. I also see that, like, some sort of, I actually saw God or some sort of spiritual space also needs to be what the family or the connection is based off of, right? You'd think spiritual is up high, so then it wouldn't be something you'd be rooted in. But that's kind of the point, is we live in an upside down world, right? Pisces. Let's see, April. Taurus. Ooh, the moon in Uranus. Well, the very first thing I saw was a little bit negative, so let me just share that in case this is happening, because this could be where you're confused and you don't know why. So if that's the case, well, you need more sunshine, you need to go for a walk, turn off the internet, like turn off your cell phone, like unplug things, get away from electricity is the point. That'll chill you out. And I also see, get a good night's rest, please. On a different note, in relation to that confusion, this could also be where you finally have an answer for something. that you have been trying to figure out so deeply, whatever you've been working through emotionally, right? Where you're really trying, you've really been trying to like figure it out. You know what I mean? Like wherever that's been, like you've been studying, right? You've been teaching yourself. You've been trying to put it all, put the pieces together, become your own person, and use the tools that you have as a human being that are available to you this life, but also not like succumbing or having something become you because it is part of you. Do you know what I mean? Interesting. I do feel like the internet's on too late. Like, make sure you're unplugging that. Make sure, really, like, don't sleep with your phone. I saw somebody in a bed with a phone next to their head, and I was like, no, you want, it's too, take some space to meditate. Meaning, quiet and calm in yourself, right? Because I saw again that Mars retrograde and you being ruled by Venus. Venus is about beauty. It is about nature. Okay, I guess we'll move along from there. Maybe there's some aspect between Uranus and the Moon in April that would also be helpful. I don't know. I guess I could write that down. Nope, the pen's not working. If you wanna just look into that, if you please. May, let's see your birthday. If this is your birthday, ooh, zinga. We got Lilith and the Five of Wands. Can you see that? Nope. Nope. Lilith and the Five of Wands. Well, this could be very passionate. This could be very sexual. I guess Lilith also is about it being making independent choices. This Five of Wands, I'm also seeing this character over here. Like the rest of these four are sort of bundled up. This one freed themselves, right? So maybe you free yourself from something by just expressing how you feel. You know? Maybe you also have to make boundaries with children here too. Or make boundaries. Children, your children, I see your inner child, but I guess this is just boundaries in general. Everyone has an inner child, right? You could be looking at an adult and dealing with their inner child. Sometimes that happens, right? May. Well, Five of Wands can be... how am I seeing this? There's somebody close to you that knows. There's somebody close to you. And I saw someone untangling knots. If you have been being celibate also, this is sort of a question of that. King of Swords. Or something along these lines, like maybe some of you have to talk to your children about sex, or talk to your children about dating, or there's something about like also maybe how you create with others now that you are your own person. How does that fold into your family dynamic as it was? Because there's been rapid change in with people in certain ways, and there's been certain well, let's leave it like that. the point here is try to work together also. Right? Because Lilith can be a little bit like, well, I'm doing it my way. And this guy separate himself, you know, kind of like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Something like that. But really, the whole point is just that people want to be understood. So I see being open to other people's opinions or perspectives could also be helpful. Be like, because like, I'm hearing this guy be like, I figured it out. Like, hey, this is how we, you know, something like this. Like, someone's taking a leadership role here, and that's a good thing. And I see that with Lilith, make sure that it's soft, because she can be very hard. And I guess also, this is also about trusting yourself, too. You know, if you have like a visceral response, a bodily sort of like, and it's more energetic than like totally physical, but if you feel that, also trust yourself in this time. Maybe some of you do need to kind of disengage from certain people, at least for a little while, to figure out what you're doing, because remember, you had the goals you were making in the beginning, and then you had all this beautiful creative energy, right? So I guess this month and the month before are a little bit more internal. June. Ooh, okay. We have a last quarter moon, although it looks like a gibbous, and the Magician. Just a second. June. I feel like you're feeling good, especially in an independent way. It would be good for you to be adaptable in this time. This is a mutable time. This will help it. You know, maybe not the natural tendency, but it's good. You want to be open here. So this is something about, I saw someone pruning flowers, but it was more like prepping for the next season. It was like because to prune, sometimes you cut one and you get three. Do you know what I mean? And so I guess again, I see, please be adaptable, because yes, 9 of Cups. Because you could also have some really wonderful ideas too. Maybe that's the thing, right? You were diving into something. I feel like you find another piece to the puzzle. Find another piece to the puzzle. There is something here about, I see the words letting go. Maybe you want to take now and then think about either what happened last winter or how you want to be this winter. Something like that. So it'd also be a nice time to say you're sorry if you need to, or to try to forgive something intentionally. You know, really, like, write a letter and burn it or something. You know, like, be physical about it, be intentional about it. And remember that everybody has different magic. Do you know what I mean? Has different abilities. And that's really cool. Let's see, what was that? May, June, July. Ooh, look at that. The Empress and the solar eclipse card. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm not sure if this month actually has an eclipse in it. It would be really cool if it did. May, June, July. The Empress and the solar eclipse. Well, this is huge. What wonderful, wonderful growth and change. And again, a lot of creation. This is also Venus energy, Venusian energy, about connection and courage and faith, right? The Empress is safe and loved and protected. Your ability to be able to trust yourself because you've been moving I saw the darker waters, like in the right canals. However many years, decades, whatever, days, weeks, whatever wherever you are on the path, it's like this is really putting you in a place of feeling confident in yourself. I would also say this is a month that you feel very attractive, definitely, and you should. I also see that what's interesting, you go last quarter, and then the Empress. She's all about change and letting go, right? And revelations. I see there's a story here, like a storybook. This is also a strong connection to nature at this time. You have a bit of that before, too. I heard that's how you help quiet the mind. Right? Also keep calm. This is a beautiful, positive month. Very creative, very loving. Remember that it is sort of an in-between period, but you're prepping for change, too. You're prepping for... But I feel like you're already ready. You're already ready for something because it's sort of intuitive how you've been, the preparation behind it. And this is also very much like a beautiful birth of something. If any of you give birth during this month or a child is born, it's wonderful. Really, really beautiful. Whatever you're bringing to life, right? Okay, cool. August. Two of Cups and the Gemini card. Wow. Might meet a new friend. Somebody you've met before. Somebody you've met in the stars. Communication is so easy. The communication in this time is so wonderful. It's really fluid. I do see more one-on-one than like a group would be best. I also see there could be really nice business deals at this time, or like, well, I guess business would be good, but it's sort of like it has a really nice pace to it. It's not like something where you're like overwhelmed with these enormous orders or something like this. It's like it has a good pace to it. This could also be a wonderful time to sit down with other people and sort of brainstorm on things, or maybe even I just saw two people just sort of shooting the shit, like sitting down, having, like they had a little drink in their hand. It was casual too. Don't forget about that. And actually, this is the first card where there's two people looking at one another. So there's some kind of connection here in this time. It's very positive. Maybe you want to go over what you value, or keep seeing friends, like people asking one another, like, what do you think my talents are? Something like that. It's being open to other people's, asking interesting questions, being open to other people's perspectives, and then using that as a tool to expand in yourself, which helps you be more kind and loving to the world. All right, Taurus, that's nice. That's nice. I guess we'll leave it there. Let's see, September. Taurus with the Four of Pentacles. Super solid. So solid. Feel like your bank account's good, money's good, home is solid. You could be a little bit reserved, but I actually see that it's better for you to... You don't need anything, Taurus. That's the point. You don't need anything. But no need to... If you are feeling like you're hoarding anything, or you're... I don't know how to exactly describe it. Like, if you feel, if when you're interacting with something, you can tell that there's an excess, just, well, I guess you had to ask yourself what you really need. And what can you share? Maybe someone needs what you have. This Four of Pentacles is strong, Saturn. If you're afraid to lose anything, I need you to remember that this is emotional. It's not actually physical. I do feel like you're super solid at this point. So, I guess, because you're solid and you're a fixed sign, depending where this is in your map, but because you're solid, you are bull, I am bull, and you are a fixed sign, this may be where, not that you need to change too drastically, but maybe you want to look into how you can use what you have a little bit differently, because you need to keep yourself a little bit fluid, right? A little bit more adapt. This is what you've been practicing. It's like you're being malleable a bit, right? Softening the edges, but still being strong, right? It's kind of like a sumo wrestler, you know, like it's a really big, or those giants from Japan, you know, so how can you change? What do you know you need to let go of too? Because the next month is Scorpio, right? And some of you too, like, are you saving your money for something particular? If you are, then hold on to that. Don't spend that frivolously on something, again, you don't need. But that could also be something, is like thinking about, instead of in this present moment, what feels good, for instance, it's about, what about the long term? What about my home, family? Like, because fourth house is also represents your end of life, right? This will show, like, well, how do you want to live that out? Whatever your age is. You know what I mean? All right. November. Aries with the little Page of Cups. That's an interesting energy. Well, this is a happy water energy in Scorpio, so this is beautiful for you. I guess this has a lot to do with your own confidence, again, in your creative expression of who it is that you are. And not being afraid of being that, you know. I mean, of course, I see being responsible, right? But most of that responsibility being based in something that is very heart-centric, very Venusian, right? You can walk with confidence in a very loving way, regardless of whether you're male or female. You know what I mean? That's what we're supposed to do, is be kind, you know? Remember that we're all influencing one another. You know, we're all teaching one another, or learning from one another. Okay, well, this is a nice conversation for Scorpio time for you. Maybe some of your children don't know who they are, or don't know. Maybe if you have kids, maybe they need some advice, a little bit of advice, maybe some wise counsel. How do you celebrate? How do you celebrate? Like when you've put a lot of energy into something and then you get, you know, what's the reward? Interesting. One of Scorpio's 2-word phrases was good decisions. This mirrors your quiet calm. So, to me, that's beautiful. And as this is your opposite time, also, it's like, I feel like the I am game is important here, too. Like, really, again, like, who you are defining yourself as. And especially, regardless of what your technical definitions of self are in an external societal sense for, I guess, humans to put each other in these little boxes. Who do you feel like you are? Like, are you an artist? I am ambitious. I am an artist. That's what I heard. You know, I am grateful. Things like that, you know, versus like an ist or an ism, you know. Interesting. Okay, I guess we'll keep going. December. Wow. You have the North Node and the South Node. 10 of Pentacles with the South Node. Well, this could be some sort of like ancestral gift that is given to you. There's could be something also about palmistry would help you to understand more of this, the lines of something. Could also, I guess, the family. How do I see this? Oh. Okay, so again, the South Node is going through Scorpio. So, the lesson is spiritual, not necessarily physical. I guess that's part of the lesson that you are part of the lesson that you're learning this year. But that doesn't mean that you don't have what, like, because what do we start out with? 2 sticks, 1 cup. Then God shows up, the moon comes out. You deal with a small challenge, you change your mind. that expands in who you are and improves your intuition, right? Which brings your relationships closer. You to other people, you feel more understood, you feel more soulfully connected, whoever that may be, whenever you are interacting with whomever, because you know who you are and you know what that is in relation to your own peace of mind, and peace in your soul. Because of this, it gives you some sort of awareness of where you are solid, right? Where you are strong and solid, and then also being okay with letting go, because Taurus has to let go in certain ways, even if it's just to, well, there's a lot of gifts that are given to Taurus. And again, the North Node's going through your sign, so there's going to be a lot of gifts given to you in this time. Now, some of them, will you feel like you're ready for them? No way. You'll probably be a little bit scared for some of the changes, and depending on what house that is, it will show, right? But the point is that well, this Ten of Pentacles is just so beautiful, but with the South Node, there's something here where, like, don't be afraid to lose anything. I suppose there could be some sort of inheritance that comes to you in this time also. Again, like, there's a gift from your family. It could be physical. It could be purely spiritual. Like, you could, I don't know, like, be able to... There's actually a line on your hand that shows when it's like a double... There's a double line by your lifeline that will shows when you have gifts. But the point is that you have what you need. I see December is really beautiful. I mean, there could be something in the family that is sort of, I guess, wherever there are elders in your family, because this is December, right? And we started in January. So I'm glad that you're listening to this now, because this is important too, is that whoever the elders are in your family, or whoever is in your family, but particularly your elders, they're important. And there's a lot of gifts and lessons that come through them, because they have seen things that we have not seen. So make sure you're listening, and also respecting, maybe, connecting in a way, kind of Taurian and Venusian, even if they live afar. It's like call, write, send a card, things like this. Connect with that, because, well, when they're gone, and those lessons, it's not as if the lessons aren't always there, but if they're still around, if you have any questions, ask. You know what I mean? And I guess in general, if you have any questions, just ask, Taurus. Yes, Libra and the Four of Cups. Don't, try to keep it inside. It's like there's always ups and downs. South Node in the 10th house also, I guess, the way I'm seeing it for December is focusing more on your home in December would be, work is fine, so focus on your home. And I do see, like, maybe one of the gifts that you give, or the gifts that you receive, again, in this holy time, is like a life lesson. In addition, and I do see people together. Interesting. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, all in order. That's interesting. Gemini, Taurus, Aries, North Node, South Node. Well, I guess that's that, Taurus. What are your majors? Let me write them down before I forget. You actually have more. Aries and Scorpio only had one. You have the Magician, the Empress, and Moon and Judgment. So you have 4 of them. Wow. Just a minute. Well, I can write that down in a second. I'll talk to you first. I just want to thank you for being here. Here's to another good year. Okay? I'm sure there will be ups and downs. There will be awesome and there will be challenges, and that's totally cool. And the way we want to deal with it, right, or how one chooses to deal with it, whatever it is when it is happening, is part of the lesson, you know. And you are such a loving, giving energy. You know, you're Earth and Venus. It's really pretty, but it's not always about the external, you know. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you next time.